Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new series on this channel. And the series, I'm hoping, will go a lot longer than what I've done of these before. Now, we know that there's a couple of Reading FC channels out there now, which is absolutely brilliant to see a lot more people talking about Reading Football Club. But you haven't experienced one that I've done before, where I normally get in trouble for my gob. So, what we're going to be doing this series is basically probably doing the same thing. I am going to say exactly how I feel, whether you like it or you don't. I am going to be giving you how I feel, whether you like it and whether you don't. All I ask for is you guys to subscribe. Put down in the comments down below exactly how you're feeling as well. And we want to have an open dialogue between fans that is safe, not you attacking everyone like on Twitter, or if someone has a different opinion to you, you go like a crybaby little bitch. So please make sure, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and welcome to Mark Talks Football, and welcome to this brand new series. This is called the Royals Roundtable, and we are going to be doing exactly that. Every single Wednesday, we're going to be sat down talking about things that have come up, things that have happened. International breaks, we will come up with ideas and little talking points that have happened and what we think should happen in the future. During the summer seasons, we may have a little bit of a break because there's not a lot to discuss, but we may just keep things a little bit shorter videos. Who knows? But we are back with a bang. We're going to be doing this, and on a Sunday, we will be doing first halves talking about this, and the other halves talking about sports. But this Sunday is going to be a bit different because we're now on international break and there's nothing going to be coming up for you on Sunday, on Saturday this week. On Sunday, we're going to be doing a full sports show where we're just going to be discussing exactly that. We're going to be reviewing every single Premier League transfer. We're going to be talking about the NFL Week 1 predictions that we've already done, but we're going to be doing more, plus much more. The Women's Rugby World Cup as well, and any other sport that you guys would like us to talk about as well. But first, let's get into this because we've got a lot to discuss. And welcome to the Royals Roundtable. That is right. We're going to be doing a discussion here today about how my thoughts on the summer transfer window, my thoughts on the ownership, and my rant at the end, because I feel like I've kept quiet enough that now I can say exactly how I feel. But first off, let's talk about the Reading FC transfer window of 2025. And first up, we're going to be talking about Podri O'Connor, free from Lincoln City. He is the agency from Noel Hunt's brother Stephen, former Royal. How are we going to rate him out of 5? Well, I don't think we can rate him at all at this precise moment. Haven't seen him. The only time we saw him was in a pre-season, and he was taken off. And he should be back come after the international break, I think, if I'm correct, or a little bit longer. But when he comes back, he has got absolutely solid numbers in League One. Looks like an absolute talent. He's a player that apparently Reading have been looking after for a little while, but couldn't get things done. So I'm going to give him a not applicable at this precise moment because we can't do it. Next up, we're going to be talking about this guy, Jack Stevens, free from Cambridge, a former Royal Academy graduate as well, has come back after the relegation that they had from League One into League Two. I'm very much of he's better than Button. He's a very good backup goalkeeper. He's not as good as Joel Pereira. And I feel like he's someone that he's going to be someone who I feel like with the length of the contract that he got is very much of he will give Joel Pereira competition in training, but when it comes to a match day, it's always going to be Joel Pereira up until when he's injured. But if he gets injured, I think we have a good backup here that we're not going to be too worried about. But I feel like that he's going to be a very good player for us. Next up, we got the little German, an absolutely incredible player, Daniel Kirawa, free from Preußen Munster from Germany. I'm giving him a 4.5 out of 5 at this precise moment. Absolutely love this man. I love his pace. I love his intensity. I love his closing down. I love everything about him. The only worry I have is he needs to look up a little bit more. There was a couple of times on the game on Saturday against Port Vale where he had a bit of a Barney with Lewis Wing. Very much of there was one time where there was a counter attack where he was running down. Lewis Wing could have been open, but the defender placed himself quite well, and he was asking the ball to be played forward to him for him to finish, and he didn't do it. And then there was another time when he was running down, and he should have made the pass, but then because he's on the left hand side, he needed to cut on his right foot. By the time he done that, the defender already got back and then covered for it, and then it stopped the counter attack from happening. He needs to find a way of getting that left peg to work quite quickly, even if it's not great. Needs to find a way of getting that pass through. But he's been one of the shining points so far of this, and I really enjoy watching him play. When he gets on the ball, makes me stand out of my seat, makes me ready to go, and I really do like Danny Kaye. And all of these people on X at the moment going about he could be winning player this season, potentially. But then at the same time, he's done exactly what he's been brought on to do in a position that we've missed for a very long time, in that wide position. Someone who can run at defenses, someone who can press the players as well. So for me, I'm giving him 4.5 out of 5. He can work on his finishing and some of that passing, because we all know that pass that he did for Paddy Lane on Saturday was intentional. So we will go from that. Next up, we got Liam Fraser, free from Crawley Town, spent majority of his career in the MLS, has made his way over here after being released from Crawley Town after their relegation from League One. I think they got relegated into League Two. I think he's a superb player. I think he's a good player. I think I'm going to rate him at the moment at 3.5 out of 5. I think the position of playing him more forward was the wrong decision by Noel Hunt. He needs to be that Lewis Wing replacement, or a Lewis Wing improver, if you understand what I mean. He's someone who should be playing in that central defensive midfield position. He's someone who needs to be breaking up that play, passing it forward, and using his long shots. The goal he got tonight and the goal he got against Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup were prime examples of a player that can free roam in the defensive midfield position. I feel like that's his best position. I feel like that's the position he needs to be playing in. And I feel like if he did that, it'd be better. He also needs to be competition for Ben Elliott and Charlie Savage as well, which he's been doing. And Ben Elliott didn't have his best game on Saturday, but now we'll have the international break to work on that and go forward. So for me, I'm giving that a 3.5 out of 5. Next up, we got Paddy Lane, scored his first goal on Saturday against Port Vale, reportedly 250,000 from Portsmouth. I'm giving this a 4. I'm giving this a 3.5, the same with Fraser, but the only reason I'm giving this a 3.5 is we haven't seen enough. When we've seen him, we saw him in the first game when he come on, looked electric, got injured, didn't see him for a few games, and then he's come back against Port Vale and thunder bastard a goal home, which from the position we're sat in Y26, it looked like it bent out and bent back in. It was absolutely incredible strike from the seat that I was sat in. I feel like that him and Danny Kaye are going to be absolutely exceptional on the other wings from each other, and I feel like that they're going to be brilliant at pressing people down and closing them and putting defenses under pressure. I'm excited to see what he does in the final third moving forward as well. If we're going to see more of those goals, fucking bring it on. But he's exciting, and I like this about a winger. Next up, MLS star Derek Williams, free from Atalanta United. The MLS fans were happy he left, which made me very happy he joined us, because if Americans have got anything to know by, I know he's going to be absolutely fine. And I have to say that game that he did against Port Vale on Saturday, absolutely superb. Man of the match performance for me. Put his line on, put his body in front of things, was always there for a header, controlled the play, nice passing out from the back as well, comfortable, reliable. And that's exactly what we're looking for. I'm excited to see if it's going to be Derek Williams, or it's going to and Podri O'Connor, or if it's going to be Finn Burns and Podri O'Connor with Derek Williams coming off the bench. But I think the performance that he did on the Saturday performance has really made sure that you would go, I don't think that there is a way at this precise moment to drop the gentleman. I think he's going to be absolutely fine. Okay, next up, talking about another one. Finn Barnes, on loan from Manchester City for the season. I like Finn Barnes. I've seen a lot of hate against him online, but I like him. I think he's tenacious. I think he's young. I think he's going for it. And I think he's a player that is someone that Reading look to have. He is someone that I would presume would be a very good sub or a plate or a replacement. I don't see him starting once everyone is fit. I see Podri O'Connor and I see Derek Williams going to be the main starters. But then you also see Burns can come in and do that. Tall, athletic. I like him. He's made a couple of mistakes, but he's young. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Next one is someone that I'm going to rate. Okay, so Derek Williams, I forgot to rate. I'm going to give him a 4 at this precise moment. I really like it. Finn Barnes, I'm going to rate a 3 at the moment. In the middle, he's good, made mistakes, but he's someone that has got a bright future in football. This one, on the other hand, is going to be interesting. What you guys think? Mark Mahoney, on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion. A striker was being called. He's been coming, playing in a different type of way than he's been doing before. Very much of, if you look at his career so far, he's been the guy that goes on the shoulder of the attacker and runs on and tries to score goals, or comes a little bit deeper, just a tad, to pick up the play, 1-2s, and goes on. With this one, we're asking him to be a target man in our system and be someone who can hold the ball up and lay it off. Wycombe Wanderers, he did that. That was his best performance he's done so far, but it seems to be the pressure of the badge has been too much for him. He seems to be floundering out in certain type of situation where he needs to be flourishing, i.e., holding up the ball and holding up the play. And his little layoff pass is a little bit too hard or too soft. It seems to be someone who needs to be worked on, probably will get there later on in the season. And this was a position that the Reading fans are not happy with online about not dealing with this type of situation. But at the moment, I'm going to give him a 2.5. Not great, but I see potential, and I see that he could potentially get there. I'm not going to shit on him at all. I think he's going to get there. It's just going to take him time. Bit like this bloke, Kamari Doyle, another guy on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion. I see a bright future, and I see him potentially taking the spot of Ben Elliott. I think he's got a very good future, very bright future, very good going forward. Looks good, comfortable with the possession of play, can run past defenders. Just needs a bit more confidence and a bit more understanding. And I feel like that once it gets going, we got to remember. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I will judge Noel Hunt and I would judge this squad at the end of October, beginning of November. That's when I would say we've had a lot of late signings, a lot of rebuild of this squad, a lot of changes, and that is when this squad will be. I will then decide whether I think that this is the right thing going forward. I will not make any judgments. I will not say that Noel Hunt needs to leave. I will not say anything about the ownership of bad or whatever it is, but that rant will be coming later on. At this precise moment, we've had a lot of shit that we've had to deal with, a lot of shit that has happened. And I feel like that they walked into this a lot with blinkers on, shall we say. And then it all flooded at them at once. But we'll get to that in a minute. So for me, I'm going to give that a 3.5 out of 5. I think he's going to be exceptional, just not just yet. Next up, Matty Jacob on loan from Hull City, hopefully with the potential to buy permanently, because I fucking love this bloke. He's a proper left back, proper modern left back. Gets down the wing, gets at defenders. Probably should have been sent off against Port Vale for stabbing 2 people in the leg, but who gives a shit? This man is a proper left back, modern day. Gets forward, gets there, is so comfortable with the ball at his feet and going at people that it's unreal. It's something that we've been missing for fucking years. And to have a player like this is absolutely brilliant. I like him. I'm giving him a 4 out of 5. I think he's an incredible player. Next up, free transfer from Portsmouth, Matt Ritchie, 30-something years of age, gentleman, experience. He's going to help Danny Kay. He's going to help Paddy Lane. He's going to be helping Garcia. He's going to help himself. He's going to be helping the team. He can help the midfield. He can help the defence, the right back, left back position. This man is so versatile. It's the James Milner of lower leagues. I'm excited to see him. He's not going to be starting most games. He's going to be given competition, but he's also going to be coming with experience. He's been in the Premier League with Newcastle. He's been in the lower leagues. He's been given promotion multiple times. He's been there with Bournemouth with Eddie Howe and I think he was under Eddie Howe at Newcastle. May not have been. I can't remember. I do apologise. But he is someone I'm very looking forward to watching. He is not afraid to speak his mind on that pitch. He will get into you if you don't perform. But he's also an incredible player himself. So I'm excited. I'm not going to give this a rating yet because I haven't seen him play. He had a cameo tonight against Swindon, but yeah. Next up. And the last signing that we had was Jack Marriott. Undisclosed, we did sign an under-21s player, but we're not going to be discussing under-21s or the women's. But we may discuss women's in the future. We may be going to games, may go and watch it, but we will see. Jack Marriott, undisclosed fee from Wrexham, already scored on his full start against Swindon, made a brilliant cameo performance against Port Vale, getting his... You could tell the experience difference between Mark Mahoney and Jack Marriott when he come on. You can just tell when the ball was coming to Marriott, he was using his back to really push into the defence, where Marriott was sort of just half there, not really understanding what he needs to really get physical with the defender, when Marriott was just throwing himself around. And the goal tonight as well against Swindon tapped it off. So those were the signings. I'm going to give Marriott at this precise moment a 4. It's a 3.5, sorry. He got a goal. He has history of injuries, hasn't played as much over the past 2 years, but he can win out of League One. Done it a couple of times. So I'm excited to see. Right. Now, this is when we're going to go into a little bit of detail here. Now, this is from Tarlest End. I want to say thank you ever so much. I've just taken it from them, but I'm going to shout them out. Tarlest End have done an article, and this is all of it from it. So on the left-hand side, you will see the Pereira on the left-hand side there will be the team that played the last day of the season, and the big screen in the middle will be all of the players now the transfer window is signed to exactly the depth of what we've got. So as you can see, we had Joel Pereira, Rishia playing right back with Yeardham that come on. But then Bengay and Bindon were at the centre backs. Garcia was playing left back. Nibs, Wing, Savage were playing in the middle with Chen Campbell. Shalaberman and Wareham were playing up front. Then you have Button, Dorset, Bodin, Carroll, Yeardham, Kamara, Stickland in this. So let's have a look at the team of what we've done over the summer. And if it's an upgrade, Pereira staying for another 3 years, absolutely fill it in. My daughter's favourite player, absolutely love it. Stevens as well for 2 years, good signing, good backup, good at Norcott, being a player around the team, looking at the under to learn from Pereira and Stevens. Good third place goalkeeper. Right, let's go to the right back position. Apafuera has got 1 year extension. Yeardham 1 year extension, and Ahmed has 2 years left. Ahmed looking like he's going to cement the number 1 position at the right back position. Yeardham cannot be fit, and Kelvin Apafuera being a good right back to bring on as Ahmed is not ready for 90 minutes just yet. It's good, and they can rotate them as well. I think Kelvin is a very good player, and it could be a good fight for that right back position. Centre-back positions, I think we're absolutely sorted. I think it's a good centre-back positions compared to what we had before. We had Ebenge and Bindon being there, and we could also say Stickland as well. Stickland's got 1 year left. Dorset has signed a plus 1 year. He's going to be on the left-back, centre-back positions. For that, Stickland got another year being captained when we do the Carabao Cups and the Virgin Trophy that we play today as well. O'Connor on a 4-year deal, Burns on the loan, and Williams on a 2. What you can do is put O'Connor and Williams together for a couple of years, which could be superb, and then bring in another player, youngster in. Burns going to be that filler that we're looking for. Jacob, left back, a little bit worrying back positions with Jacob, Ryan, and Clark. 1 year's between them, but I'm hoping we could potentially make that Jacob a permanent transfer in the summer, because I really like that. And maybe Ryan or Clark will get any more of an extension, but one of those two will be fighting for the backup left back position throughout the season. Midfield, we're going to be talking about Lewis Wing has been given a 3+ year contract. We've got Charlie Savage, who's got another 2 years. Elliott in his final year. Doyle on loan for the season. Fraser's been given a 2 year. Rashia is on a 1 year. And Spencer, we don't know about Saki as well. Were you saying with Rashia and Spencer, this is going to be the final years of their contracts? If they don't make it, they won't stay. Elliott, this is his way of going. Can he get in the final year a contract extension, which I think he will definitely get. And I also think as well that we're looking at a player that needs to have a release clause in there with that contract extension, because he could kick on and be an absolutely fantastic player in League One and beyond. Now we're going to be looking at the wingers and the attackers as well. Lane, 3 year contract. Daniel, 2-year contract. Richie with a 2-year. Garcia, we don't know how long he's got left. Shalaberman, who cannot stay fit, 2-year. Kamara's been given a 1-year. Marriott's been given a 3-year. Marriott is very much that Chelsea philosophy: spread it over 3 years and see what happens. You're not going to ride the cost too much, and if it doesn't work out, send them out on loan. Lane is a great 3-year deal for a young player. Kawara, absolutely great deal for 2. I'm expecting him to kick on and go from that. Richie, 2-year, very much going to be that 1 year plus coaching as well. Most probably Garcia, we need to tie down. He has got an absolutely incredible future. We just need to manage him and do well with him. Is Shalaberman has to kick on this season, has to prove himself to be a good either winger or striker, because the whole summer was about him signing. His agent or him dragged this fucker on for way too long, and it has to be a massive talking point for himself of going forward, along with Kamara. Started to kick on recently, Kamara. Looking forward to seeing what he could do more. Marriott and Mahoney, looking forward for it. Next up, this is the last, and this is one of the third. Do we look at the depth? And this is where my rant is going to come in. We have lost so many fucking players over the last summer. What do everyone was expecting? Seriously, what were you all expecting? For us to win the league after the shit that Dai has put us through and the covering of the monies that Pang was doing for so long? You think Kuig has come in and gone, yeah, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to piss take everyone and piss everyone off. Are you okay in the head? Or, as I see a lot on Twitter, give your head a wobble. What do you expect to happen? This was never going to be a promotion-winning season. This is a new ownership, a new CEO, a brand new manager that's having his first full season in management. You've got new backroom staff. Everything is new. What did you expect to happen? Missing out on a target man, fine. But is it the end of the world? Absolutely fucking not. I'm not going to be one that goes on to you. I'm so thankful for Rob Kuig for saving this football club. But what I will also say to you is I will, if you think I'm going to brown nose, that's your opinion. But my opinion is, what he said was wrong. This is going to be a spectacular window. I don't think he understood the magnitude of what was going to happen when he first took over. I think there was a plan, and I think the plan got thrown out the window very fucking quick. And I think they then struggled to understand exactly what to do. Because what happened is there was all of this. I think that I'm only going by what I think of understanding of what I've been told and what I'm going by my personal opinion. I think that Pang and Dai have found a way of hiding things from Rob before he took over. He then took over and now has discovered how bad this actually was. I don't think he's gone in blind. I think he went into this going, this was going to be tough. But what I don't like is seeing on Twitter everyone attacking anyone that has a positive attitude towards it. What's the fucking point? What does that get out of your day? Nothing. I am thankful that we have a football club. My whole expectations for this season was survival. I always say we're going to win the league. Don't mean it's going to happen. I say it every year. But I understand the anger for some parts of it. The anger of Rob saying he's going to upgrade facilities and still hasn't. I get that. I still don't think Rob has had a full understanding of exactly what he was going to do when he stepped foot into this. And I think he overestimated a lot of things for when he did it. And I think that there is a problem now where Rob has got to do and then there was that video that came out the other night after the transfer window. Noel Hunt never needed to be there. And I don't think he's ever going to be used as a scapegoat. But Noel Hunt never needed to be in that video. And I think what they've done is they've gone, we've had no communication over the past 3-4 years. That now they're content dumping on you. and they're doing it in the right way to an extent. They're content dumping you on. I like the mic'd up goalkeepers. I like understanding some of the financial aspects of things and why they're saying they can't do things. I like that. People are going to go, well, he shouldn't have said this. He can't. Well, he's being honest, right? He's talking about it. You may have a better understanding than he does. Who gives a fuck? He's being open and transparent with the fan base. Not getting a striker, not getting a target man, that's a problem. Being a spectacular window, I'm going to say out of 5, the whole window's been about 3.5. It's good. It's not quite Carling. If you're going to talk about Carling, you're going to be talking about the Liverpool transfer window. That's Carling. So it's a little bit of a baffle. But I understand that. I think he's over enthusiastic with what he wanted to do. He was so excited to get things done that he just went gung fucking ho. And if you see now, we haven't heard from him or seen him doing any media or anything like that for the past few months. And I think he's learned from that. And good that he's learned from it. I like to see someone that's learned from their mistakes and won't do it again. But we've got the team now. There's no point dwelling on it. No point being upset by it. No point being Debbie Downer about it. This is the team that we now have until January, where we can then go again and try and get that target man. Or whatever happens, if Noel Hunt's not here anymore, get a striker that fits the system for it. But we have depth. We've had to do a full rebuild. A full rebuild, not like the rebuild Birmingham did or what Wrexham do when they just throw money at it. A full rebuild of minimal wages and what we can do to try and improve our youngsters and improve our forwards going forward. Let's see what happens. Right, rant over. And what I will say is, because I said the 3.5 out of 5, I want you in the comments down below to give your rating out of 5 as well. But as I said, on Sunday, we're not going to be doing the Royal Talk. We're just going to be doing the sports chat. We're going to be talking about all things Women's Rugby World Cup. We're going to be talking about we're going to rank or put us like a grade against each club about their transfer window. We're going to be talking about the NFL. We've got some cricket that's happened recently against South Africa. We will have a brief overview of that, plus much, much more. We will be back next Wednesday. I don't even know what's going on. So hold on. I have got to look here. What's coming up next? So we haven't got the Northampton game because we are that's been done. So the next week we're going to be previewing the Barnsley game that we got coming up from that. So make sure you come back next week if you're a Reading fan. Same time, same place, same everywhere. And if you haven't already, down below here is the link to, well, not the link, but here is all the social media channels that I've got. We've got Mark Talks Wrestling, where we do WWE 2K25 stuff, plus live review shows and predictions we've got going on for WWE events. On Mark Talks Men's Health, we are getting guests on where we're talking about men's mental health, about how they're dealing with things, what they're doing, how they're dealing with situations, a bit about myself, what I do. I do solo stuff as well, where I discuss about my week, how I've dealt with certain tough situations, and what I do moving forward. So make sure you go and check that out as well. And on Mark Talks Sport, which is my Twitter instead of Mark Talks Football, I just talk about all sports, Formula One, NFL, which we'll be tweeting about more now, cricket, rugby, all types of things. All will be happening. There will be certain days where you don't hear from me on certain topics or conversations because I'm normally recording, and that's when I do my recordings and I'm not able to watch it. So, as I said, thank you guys ever so much for watching. We're going to end it there, and we're going to see you guys. If you haven't seen my Football Manager video, will be coming out for you later on today. So make sure you go and watch that. But we're loved with care. My name's Mark. You guys are amazing, and we will see you guys very soon.